Now, after just 100 days, I can report to the nation, America is on the move again.
Right now on Up with KREM, President Biden made his first address to Congress. This morning, we have the most important moments from the night.
And we heard many facts and figures in last night's speech and rebuttals from U.S. Senator Tim Scott. Our verified team worked through the night to fact check their most important statements.
And we're outside on this warm morning. Grab the cup of coffee and join me while I break down the next few days of weather.
We're taking a look back at some of our favorite Bloomsday shirts.
We tend to get inspiration from everything. You look at runners and you see how they run, kind of tend to look at Bloomsday, the history.
I spoke to the man behind many designs in the past. Coming up, how he can't tell anyone, even his family, about Spokane's best kept secret.
Up with KREM begins now.
Well, good morning. Welcome to Up with KREM, taking a live look outside this morning of beautiful Coeur d'Alene. A gorgeous day really all across the inland northwest. Temperatures will continue to climb. 52 degrees at 7 o'clock. My goodness, not so bad.
I know it's warm. I feel like some of those boats are going to get ready to go out on Lake Coeur d'Alene as it's hitting mid-70s this afternoon. I wish I was one of them.
Same.
Right?
We're so glad to be here though with you. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Dana Marie McNichol. Happy Thursday. We are getting one day closer to the weekend.
Woohoo.
And this means exciting news. One day away from when people are starting to run Bloomsday.
Looking forward to that. So here's a look at a tweet from the South Perry neighborhood. They have some suggestions on what to do after the run, once you've earned it, of course.
My favorite part, right? The best part of celebrating, finishing with your friends, eating some food. The Perry neighborhood has awesome options from beer to pizza to some, even, the wellness tree. If you were looking for some celery juice or a smoothie, all the options there. And we do want to hear from you this morning. We're kicking it off. Some of your favorite memories. Send us your photos. 509-448-2000. Look at these, Tim.
Look at those. Look at that fashion. They are styling. That's actually a mother-daughter in the middle there you see there. So send us your photos. We may feature them here on Up with KREM. And yeah, we love hearing from you. Okay, so 7:02 now. Dana Marie, are you running the race?
I am not this
She's
year.
not.
I don't know how to run.
You know how to run.
It's harder than it looks.
Jeremy?
Yeah, of course. I'm going to run it tomorrow live on TV. Join us on Up with KREM. I'm going to take to the streets. Tim, you got to get your shoes on and run too.
Ooh, I'm wearing boots right now. May not be the best running shoes.
I'm wearing my running shoes. I'm wearing my sneakers. Can you see, guys, underneath here? So maybe I should run.
All right, well, Dana Marie's ready, so let's get you outside and let you know what's coming in terms of weather throughout the day. We've got a little bit of cloud cover early on this morning, but temperatures are on the mild side. We're sitting here in the low 50s. And keep in mind, if you are thinking you want to go out on one of those lakes and enjoy our warm temperatures this afternoon, this is your pro tip for the day. Throw on that life preserver. The water is still very cold, and it sends your body into shock if you fall in on a hot day like today. That big temperature difference actually turns out to be quite dangerous. You've got that cloud cover moving through, but notice there's also a little bit of sunshine coming down. It's that mix of clouds and sun that we're going to call mostly cloudy today. Really, what you see right now is kind of what you can expect throughout the day. A bit of a sunshiny haze, some breaks in the clouds, some more clouds moving through. Very similar to yesterday, just a little cloudier. This morning, we're in the 50s thanks to those clouds. By the time we get to about 9, we're in the 60s. By the time we get to about noon, we're in the 70s. And by this afternoon, we top out at 77 degrees here in Spokane, making today the warmest day so far in 2021. But you're going to want to stick around because coming up, I've got the perfect forecast to get you outside to do your Bloomsday miles.
Looking forward to that, Jeremy. Thanks so much. The next reopening phase evaluation for counties in Washington will take place on Monday. And then come on Tuesday, we'll find out who and what counties will remain in phase 3 of the state's reopening plan.
Well, right now, Spokane County will actually most likely move back to phase 2 unless they can meet the state's standards for COVID-19 data.
KREM 2's Nicole Hernandez joins us now live this morning to explain what those metrics are and where Spokane currently stands. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning, Tim and Dana Marie. So right now I'm at Cliff Drive overlooking Spokane, which is of course under review right now by the state of Washington. And under Governor Jay Inslee's newest reopening plan, the county, including Spokane here and all other counties across the state, have to meet one of two different metrics to be able to stay in phase 3. So I want to give you a breakdown of what those numbers look like. First up, let's go over what the two metrics actually are. First of all, coronavirus case rate over 2 weeks, and then also hospitalization rate over 1 week. So Spokane Regional Health District reported 299 COVID-19 cases per 100,000 people from April 11th to the 24th. That's that 2-week period I mentioned. Large counties, including Spokane, must have fewer than 200 new cases per 100,000 people. Of course, we went over that number there. Spokane County also reported 8.6 hospitalizations per 100,000 people. To stay in phase 3, Spokane County must have fewer than 5 new COVID-19 hospitalizations per that 100,000 people. Again, went over that number as well. Health experts say the county has been trending in the wrong direction in terms of these metrics. So here's what Interim Health Officer Dr. Frank Velasquez had to say about it in a press conference.
So if nothing changes and the assessment is done exactly the same way that has been proposed and there are no modifications, we're not meeting and will not meet those two metrics come next Monday.
If Spokane County does move back to phase 2, indoor dining, fitness, training, and entertainment places are all going to be reduced from 50% capacity back to that 25% capacity that we saw earlier. So again, those evaluations will be happening on Monday, and then we'll actually find out if the county has to move back into phase 2 on Tuesday. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Nicole, thank you. Taking a live look at the U.S. Capitol this morning. Just last night, President Biden was there to give his first address to Congress. Last night, he laid out an ambitious plan for the entire country.
That's right. The early response from Republicans that his ideas won't really have any support from the bipartisan party.
During the address, the president unveiled his American Families Plan. It's a $1.8 trillion proposal that expands education and family care. He also pushed his American Jobs Plan, which includes rebuilding the country's infrastructure.
How do we pay for my jobs and family plan? I will not impose any tax increase on people making less than $400,000. But it's time for corporate America and the wealthiest 1% of Americans to just begin to pay their fair share.
Well, during the hour-long speech, the president also urged Congress to act on police reform and voting rights. South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, who delivered the Republican response, says the president is working without reaching across the aisle. We're going to hear more about the rebuttal in an hour here on Up with KREM. Well, we're taking a look at what's trending online, and Senator Tim Scott isn't the only person who has an opinion on this speech. Many of us took to social media while watching President Biden speak, wondering what was going on exactly, looking for more context. So we're going to take a look at what people were searching for online. Here are the searches by topics in real time. Many concerned with unemployment, which is that top orange yellow line on your screen. Then coming in close second for the top search topic is wages. Second, searches for President Biden's new American Jobs Plan also spiked. The job growth by President chart spiked 3,200%, and his American Jobs Plan rose over 1,500%. Now, it seems like people just want to know more information about this new plan because the fact sheet for the American Jobs Plan rose 1,200%. And by the end of the night, people wanted someone to fact check all that information. So this is what the searches look like for the term fact check. Definitely saw a spike there.
And our Verified team is here for you this morning. They worked throughout the night to look up the facts and figures of President Biden's address and Senator Tim Scott's rebuttal. So here's our Gabe Cohen.
We're fact-checking President Joe Biden's address and Senator Tim Scott's response. Our fact-checkers combed through the president's address and used vetted sources to check out some of those claims, like this one.
Senior deaths from COVID-19 are down 80% since January.
This claim is true. We analyzed CDC data of weekly COVID deaths, comparing the numbers from Biden's first full week in office with the most recent complete data sample on April 3rd. We found the death toll for people 65 and older is down almost 87%.
While this was all going on, the economy created more than 1,300,000 new jobs in 100 days. More jobs in the first 100 days than any president on record.
This claim is true. We dug through monthly employment reports from the Bureau of Labor Statistics and found that in Biden's first 100 days, the economy created nearly 1.3 million jobs, just as he claimed. As for how it compares to other presidents, well, the data only dates back to 1994, but it shows that far more jobs were created under Biden than the first 100 days of Presidents Trump, Obama, and George W. Bush. It's important to note that the U.S. lost more than 9 million jobs in 2020 after COVID hit. We also dug through Senator Tim Scott's rebuttal.
Just before COVID, we had the most inclusive economy in my lifetime, the lowest unemployment rates ever recorded for African Americans, Hispanics, and Asians, and a 70-year low nearly for women.
This claim is true. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows for African Americans, the 24 months of lowest unemployment were between 2018 and 2020, right before COVID. For Hispanic Americans, the 10 lowest were in that same time frame, as were 4 of the 5 lowest for Asian Americans. And women saw 2 of their lowest unemployment months, topped only by months in 1952 and 1953. So that lines up with Senator Scott's claim. With your Verify, I'm Gabe Cohen.
Well, coming up after the break, Bloomsday is just one day away, so I got the chance to speak with the man behind past t-shirt designs. We're going to be taking a look and jogging back in time to look at some of our favorite designs throughout the years.